What's going on, everybody? I'm John Opinion Sports, and here we are again. Today we're talking about Arnold Ebiketie. He's an underrated pass rusher for Penn State. He's actually one of my neighbors, so I know him well. In this video, I'm going to reference Arnold Ebiketie as AK. It's his nickname, and it just cuts down the time on the video because that's a long-ass name. And AK is a prototype edge rusher, lengthwise and size. He's expected to have 34, 35-inch arms measured at the combine. That's a pretty damn good weapon to have. His arm length will give him a huge advantage as he starts to develop more pass rush moves. Now, there's things I love in AK's game, and there's definitely stuff he needs to work on. The thing you have to love is his ability to finish. He has ridiculous bend, flexibility in his entire body, basically. I bet if you asked him, he'd tell you he's double jointed. So his combination of bend and balance will serve him well. On them vertical kind of sets. He had a hard time consistently timing the snaps. I almost feel like that's the most aggravating thing I saw on tape. Being consistently behind on the snaps in the NFL is not what you want. You can't allow tackles to get to their spots. He also doesn't have great burst off the line as well, so that makes it even more critical that he gets a good timing release. I feel like them two issues will be the things he'll have to improve on to really get himself to the level of a quality edge rusher. Now, he's made his living getting upfield, greasing the corner. It's effective in college, and in the NFL, if it's all you have in your bag, you're going to get washed out of most plays. Now, he has an effective bull rush at times to help him attack, just to try and get to the inside. But I want to see more hand counters from him to work from the outside in. Hopefully he can develop that in the NFL, or he'll never be more than a situational pass rusher, probably. Now, other than the bull rush to get inside, I saw AK using hesitation, like right instantly off the line. He'll jump outside, then jump back inside, just give little hesitation moves. It got him inside at moments, but it took way too long to make any kind of impact on the play. Most plays are long gone, long done by 4 or 5 seconds. I don't want to come across like I don't like AK. He has decent foundation, but you see highs and lows and flashes. He's just a bit inconsistent. You see moments where he'll use his length, combine it with good power to just push tackles right into quarterbacks. Then there's plays, where he lets tackles into his shoulder and it seems he can't push them off. Very frustrating stuff to see because the flashes of good are so damn good, but the flashes of bad make me think maybe he's just a depth player that you can just throw out there on third downs and maybe get some production from. So in the run game, he also had some trouble. He showed good recognition at times. I saw plays where he was working his way inside for a run play before the ball was even handed off, and that's right where the play went. He's capable of shooting gaps. I saw him keeping outside leverage on plays that were ran to the sideline. Overall, he's just got a lot of work to do in that department too. His power needs to improve, technique. The hope I do have is just his long ass arms. If he can get it figured out, I think he could be good in the run game, but at the moment, it's just not good on film. Again, the tools are all there, and when he gets good timing and uses his arms properly, that's the moments where you really get to see his potential. Until he gets stronger in his upper half and arms, though, I think NFL tackles will give him a hard time. On his jump sets, he really struggled to shed blocks. Again, until he improves his technique and power, he's probably going to continue to struggle there as well. I'd like to see him go to a team that uses a lot of stunts and twists. He just needs that extra tick to build up his speed. I like his top end speed. I'd almost bet he's one of the faster edge rushers in his class, on long runs. It's just that sprints, that burst, he's just behind a little bit. So I view AK as a developmental player. The hope is in a couple of years he's added a bunch of strength, inside counters. I want to say that I think he's got a higher ceiling than what he's shown on tape. I'd feel comfortable drafting him in that late second round, early third. If you want to take a chance with him mid-second, would probably not be happy overall, but I think I'd still be excited to see how he can progress, especially from year 1 to year 2. That's going to be a big tell with him. Now, I probably lean more negative because I don't want people to think he's going to be just an instant impact player, and I have seen people say that. Is it possible in a year or two, he's an 8 to 10 sack guy? Absolutely. But I'm not going to predict that kind of stuff. I want to talk about what I see in the now. Now, I do want to add AK is a high motor guy. So that just gives me hope that he can keep progressing. I want him to go to a team with smart coaching, patience. I'll be rooting for him. I definitely like his style. I like the way he thinks. You can see he uses his mind. He often tries to set tackles up. One snap he'll go inside, outside, inside, out. He tries to work things off of each other. It's just a limited bag that hurts him. Even if AK doesn't develop into a great pass rusher, I think he'll have value as a third down pass rush specialist. A lot of players have made a career out of that. So here's the bottom line. His bend and flexibility alone will bring production. But if you're here after your team drafted him, don't take my words as an insult here. I'm not trying to beat the kid down. I'm just trying to keep expectations for him down to reality. Yes, he's talented, but let me tell you something. Lots of young players with tons of talent have flunked out of the NFL. And it really is a crapshoot with all these players. Like, some will argue and point to teams that draft well, but there's a lot of luck that's involved in all of this stuff. There's a reason the expression, "I'd rather be lucky than good," is still alive and strong. For every lucky prospect player, there's 6 who weren't so lucky. Injuries, coaching, instability, home life. So much factors into this, it's impossible to be right all the time. But that's all I got for today. If you're still listening, subscribe. I got tons more of these draft prospects videos coming. If you're a Giants fan, doubly subscribe. Wait, I think if you subscribe twice, that's triple subscribe if you're a Giants fan. I have all kinds of update videos, and I cover them all throughout the season. I've also decided to do a couple update videos on all the prospects I profile in the offseason, just to see how they're doing and if I was right or wrong. But I just want to thank you all so very much for the support. I've had excellent growth for the last month especially. Please like the video, it helps me grow. It keeps me motivated to keep going. But everybody stay safe out there, stay warm, and peace.